Hello and welcome to this little update thing. As in, Houston, we have a problem. We have a big problem. Well, I have a big problem. I have a big problem. I just, anyway. So this is where we stand. Okay, this is where we stand. Or I stand. All right. So on Friday, I had a meeting to let you understand what's been happening is I was, I could only do the channel because the business part of the channel or the business part was being topped up by the government because I was accessing, money that I had paid into a system and it was fine. And I thought I had to May to grow the business, and the business is growing. Don't like I say, the readings part and everything's growing. But in February, earlier this month, I had a meeting with. I mean, I knew they're coming for the self-employed. I know that they're coming for the small businesses. They're coming for the self-employed. So, in the end of January, they moved a hell of a lot of people off of small businesses and self-employment and put them onto fast track full-time employment. These people are absolutely off their head, as I can see. So that part of it, I didn't have to until May anymore because obviously I was getting things in place at my leisure, and and I thought, right, fine, I'll see how this works. So I had a meeting earlier on this month, and I was told categorically that I've not to do this anymore. Who are these people? Who are they? I wasn't to do it anymore. It was a passion. It's not business, it's a passion. And I'm not to do it anymore. Now I know that's why I'm over the target. I know I'm over the target. And I thought, yeah, but we'll just see. So I had another meeting last week on Friday because I was raging on Friday. So I apologise if I was sharp with anybody on Friday because I was still raging at that meeting. So, because I didn't want to go down the route of memberships. I didn't want to do that. But my hand's been forced because they have left me with no choice but to a decision. Do I tell them to sod off and put, full time into this, wholeheartedly just throw everything into this and hope that I'm supported? Or do I just finish this? As I said, in that meeting, he told me I was to do this in my own time. And I thought, no. Number one, do not dictate to me what I can and cannot do. But it was left that I would have no time left to do this. None whatsoever. Number one, there's no jobs out there. I know there's no jobs out there because the investigative journalist part of me has investigated and knows. So, after this is outrageous. This is the outrageous part. I have to spend 35 hours a week looking for full-time work that I know doesn't exist. All because the government. I can see the pattern because I'm always for patterns. So I can see the pattern coming where you'll have all those people that they're moving off of self-employment and they're coming for the long-term sick as well. This is how sick these people are. But that's besides the point. So that everybody that's self-employed is getting moved on and shunted and yeeted on to find full-time work. And I says to him, I mean, geez, oh man, imagine trying to dictate to me. And I said to him, so you're telling me that the government's going to pay the full whack of unemployment benefit, because mine was getting the earnings I was making was being topped up and it was growing, but obviously there was some months it wasn't. Yes, they want that. So they're quite happy to pay me the full whack. And I thought, this is to destroy self-employment. It's to destroy it. Now, I know it and you know it. So that's where we are. And he wants me to fill in 10 jobs a day. I'll be glad if I find 10 jobs a week, never mind 10 jobs a day. And I would be working 20 hours a day trying to fill in 10 jobs, because if you're making it, you know what like applications are now. So that's a bit ambitious. So where we are now, I'm going to need your help. I really am going to need your help, because I want this. This is, to me, getting a Spirit's message out there is more important than being exploited. I can see it coming. They're going to exploit everybody who's unemployed, because they've done it before. They've done it in the 80s, where you were working for your unemployment benefit. I don't mind working for my unemployment benefit, but I'll not be exploited. And that's what they did the last time, and that's what they're going to do again. So I've had to fast track ways for these to help me. So I'm going to kind of show you the ways that hopefully, if I can get this up and running, I can tell them thanks, but no, I'm not signing your commandments. He says they're commitments, but I'm going to say that I'm not signing your commandments, pal. So anyway, so this is the ways in which hopefully you can help me, right? So the very first one that I set up was coffee, right? So this is the coffee, okay? This is the coffee one, but this is PayPal, and not a lot of people. There is people who don't like PayPal, and I can understand that. But so if you can help, because it's donations, so if you can help that way, that would be great. And you have been, and it's been fantastic, and that's what's kept the channel going for now. That was keeping it going, okay? Another way that you can help is, stop the screen. It's another way you can help is by, the next one I set up was buy me a coffee, I think it was, if I can find it. Buy me a coffee. So that was the next one, right? The site is that one. And that isn't PayPal, it took me a long time to get my bank account sorted as well, so you can absolutely help me with that too. So that's another way you can support the channel. And I've had to go down the route that I didn't want to go down in the first place, and that was the Patreon. So wait till I stop the screen. Patreon. And I've tried to make it as fair as I can. So the Patreon's new, so it's subject to change, all right. So this one, and I've tried to keep all the graphics the same for like, so if, I'm hoping you're seeing this. Hold on, I'll just make sure you're seeing this. Yeah. So for this, so we'll remove and I'll need to add it to the stream again. So this is how this is how it should look, So I'll stop and I'll come back in again. I just wanted to make sure that this is the Patreon one that I've had to set up, right? So I've kept all the graphics the same, so that you know that this is me, so I've done a wee welcome video, and obviously there's the about, and then there's the memberships, okay? So the memberships is early birds, is I've tried to keep it as best I can, is $10.99, early access to videos, early access to quickfire questions, daily spirit message, and early access to monthly predictions and community chat, and Second one is, you know, that came to me. Thomas said to put this because, especially what was going on around the world, not just in New Zealand and, you know, like say, but around the world. Birds sing even after the storm, which is very uplifting. Even, you know, like say, it's a case of, you know, birds still sing, you know, after the storm. Okay, so I've tried to keep that $15.99 a month. Okay, so early access to videos, early access to quickfire, early access to monthly predictions, daily message, behind the scenes content, community chat, member questions answered. That'll be extra ones, okay, because we're still doing the lives. I forgot to put there'll be lives on here as well. I forgot to put them on, okay. So live chat, I've got them twice. So see, this is how new this is. Live streams and behind the scenes content. Okay, so but this is new, so I'm still tweaking it. All right, so this is what we've had to do. This is the way I've had to go because they're coming after self-employed. You know, but we knew they were coming after the self-employed and the small businesses. So if you can, you know, I need to weigh up, you know, how much it would be to keep the channel going. So, I mean, if I've got to spend all that time, then I'm going to be knackered. I mean, it's going to go for my physical health, you know, because I mean, it literally turned around and said I have to stop doing this. How dare he? How dare he? He looked about 12, and I don't say that. I don't like to rubbish people, but he treated me as if I was a criminal, as if I had no business being there. And I got more than they bargained for because I invoked Archangel Michael before I went in there. So, I interrogated him, the boy. I interrogated him. So this is where we are. This is where we are. We're at a crossroads with the channel. Now, everybody that has contributed, thank you so much, because it kept the wolf at the door, as they say, and I love wolves, but this time it's bolted right through the door and it's sitting on my knee. But you know, the wolf is sitting on my knee, but it's sitting on my knee for protection. It just showed up before all this happened. It's funny that the wolf just showed up, and I thought, why is there a wolf around me? And now I know, because it's protecting me. So this is where we are. If you can help, and it'd have to be on a monthly basis because the money that I was getting to keep the channel going is away. You know, it will be. I mean, it's not as if, you know, you can't literally turn around and say don't do this, but they're making it so difficult, and the way that he was talking, anybody that's self-employed, they're making it so difficult because what I used to do was declare my earnings to keep myself right. Declare my earnings. They don't want me to declare any earnings because they don't want me doing this. They don't want it. So that is where we stand. And if you can help, please, please, please. Thank you.